Today I'm gonna go and get my wedding dresses. Not my wedding, of course. Austin's brother is getting married here soon. And I've got some dresses for the rehearsal dinner, a dress for the rehearsal dinner, and a dress for the wedding. And they needed just a little bit of work. One of them was strapless, and I don't really do strapless dresses, so I had some straps sewed on that. And then the other dress, just like my wedding dress that I had, needed to be taken up here in the shoulders to pull it up just a little bit. So I dropped them off with the same lady who did my wedding dress when I got married a couple years ago. So I need to go and pick those up today. And I think I'm also gonna really quick run by Aldi's, and I want to go to the farmer's market. I've never really been to the farmer's market in Blairsville. Years ago we played music, I think, at the farmer's market. It's been a long time ago. So I'm gonna go and do those things. If I have time, I might run by Miss Cindy's house. I've been checking the mulberry tree. I know that some of them are ripe because they've been on the ground. I've just not had the time to go over and pick some, but I'm hoping to make jelly this year from them. And but if I can't, even if I just get to pick a few off the tree and eat them, I will be happy with that. So that is today's adventure, and I wanted to take you with me. Places here. Kind of coming by this field here to the left, and this flat place. I've always thought this was a beautiful place here, a beautiful place to have a house. They've been doing a ton of road work here on Highway 129, the highway that goes between Blairsville and Murphy. And me and Austin lived not the way I'm going, back the other way on this road. And that's when they were just starting to cut a lot of trees off the side of the road and do a lot of work. And so me and Austin were kind of glad that we got out of that, because every time we come out of our state road onto the highway, you had to wait a long time. Also wanted to show y'all, we're just about to cross the Georgia line here. Where we live in Western North Carolina, we're, 10, 15 minutes from Georgia, maybe 20 minutes from Tennessee. We're closer to, is it 3 or 4 state capitals, closer to those state capitals than our own in Raleigh. So I made it over here to go and get my dresses. This is maybe about a 20-30 minute drive for us to Blairsville, so it's not bad. And while I was driving over here, it made me think, this time last year I was big pregnant. I was close to having Woody, and this was about the time that I would drive over here. This is where my doctor was. Me and Katie seen the same doctor, and we had the boys at the hospital at Union here in Blairsville. And it made me think about driving over here for my appointments, because at the end you go every week. And it made me think about just how good God is, that me and Katie both had healthy pregnancies, healthy babies. And of course, God is so good. I mean, he's helped us through raising these boys, and they're healthy and well, and God is just so good. And I realized that I had this devotional in my pocketbook, so I thought before we go in, we could do a devotional together. So the day of filming this is June 10th. Confident trust. Blessed is the one who trusts in the Lord, whose confidence is in him. The psalmist says to the Lord, "It is so much better to trust in you to save me than to put my confidence in someone else." Psalms 118:8. I don't know exactly what translation that is, but though we may have trustworthy allies and friends in our lives, none is more faithful than the Lord. He is always for his people. What area of your life is stretching your faith? Is there something you need to break through that you cannot achieve on your own? It is good to find help in humanity, but it is even better to know your true confidence is in the Lord. May your heart be encouraged in his help and strength today. Jesus, thank you for your faithful love towards your people. I trust you to continue to lead me in your goodness and work your miraculous mercy through the details of my life. Redeem what I cannot. Restore what I could only dream of. I trust you. I'm good. How are you? Good. She had forgot that I had 2 dresses, so I got one of them, and I'll come back and get the other one, which is totally fine. But I took a little video of the other one just so you could see. I was in the bathroom there. That's kind of where you try on dresses, so you can tell it's a bathroom. But it's a it's a sweet dress, and I just don't like strapless, so I'm glad that she sewed the straps on. And so I almost missed the farmer's market here. I come in, and it's on the same road as Aldi is, and there's a sign, and I thought it said July to October. There was something that said July to October, but the farmer's market said June to October. So I drove part way in here and thought, well, I don't think anyone's here. And then I was like, well, let me go back and look at the sign. And I was like, no, that says June to October, so I almost missed it. I guess I was expecting it to be more busy, but there's definitely a few people here, and I seen some watermelons, and I definitely think my mom would like a watermelon, and I see some peaches, and looks like some honey and things, so I want to get out and go and investigate. I don't know how much footage I'll get. I try to be careful in public places to not just wave the camera around and potentially get a lot of people on camera who don't want to be on camera. So, I also seen something very interesting. Down here, there's a big building called a canning plant. I don't know for sure, but my guess is that maybe it's a community space for canning. I know in our Brasstown community center that there's kind of a community kitchen where if you don't have kind of the setup to can at your house, you can come and can there. So I bet you that that's what this is, to where maybe they've got all the setup for you to come and can stuff, especially if you want to do big batches. So that is so cool, because canning and preserving food is just something that is totally being lost, and it's something that's so important. So having a space in the community to do that at is a really cool thing. I got Mom a watermelon and some tomatoes and peaches, and then I got some sausage and some eggs. I had a lovely conversation with a man from Aquaterra Farms, I think is the name of it, in Cleveland, Georgia. I had never seen that meat before, but we go right through Cleveland when we go to Austin's parents' house, and so I like to have different suppliers for the meat. We like to get as local meat as possible, grass-fed if we can, and so I like having different sources for that. So if one source they don't have it, you've got some backups, and so that's nice to know, because he was saying that you could order online and just drive up to the gate and pick stuff up. So I thought that was pretty neat, and so that might be something that we could do sometime when we're going to his parents' house. So that was nice. And also noticed J. Moore Farms was here, and that's where I got the tomatoes and sweet potatoes. I didn't say that before, but I got sweet potatoes and the watermelon from. That is also in Georgia, on the way to Austin's parents' house. So that was really nice. This was a really cool thing. I enjoyed getting to come out and support local people here. This is the canning plant I was telling y'all about. I had to call home and see what people wanted. Katie said she wanted some organic fruit, so I'm making sure to get her a bunch. I think I'm gonna get some of this kale because this is cheaper than what I get at Walmart, and I get this for Olive's food. And we eat it too sometimes. Katie has been loving this sourdough bread. I got some last week, so I might not get some this week, but they've been liking that. Katie's been getting this lemonade, but she says it has a lot of sugar, so she only drinks it over a week's time instead of in one day. But she said, Corey, get some and we'll share it. We love these things, so I'm gonna get some of them. I've been picking up this rice while I'm here. I got some cheese that Dad loves. I always pick up some butter when I'm here. I picked up some more eggs because we've really been enjoying the eggs from Aldi's. Mom needed some avocado oil. I got some of this cheese and turkey for Katie, and I got some chicken. I was gonna stop by Miss Cindy's house, but there was a car kind of in the little gravel lot by Paul's tennis court. It was there when I went, and it was there now when I came back, and I don't really know why that's there. The way it's parked, and the type of car it is, I don't really think it's anyone playing tennis. Maybe someone just left their car there. I'm not really sure, but I didn't really want to stop by myself there with a random car there, and I don't know if the person is around or not. It's just better safe than sorry. So I was going to stop and check out the mulberry tree, but that's okay. Instead, I wanted to just show you the pond because it's beautiful. I was up here a day or two ago. More on that, though, in a second. I did just want to say, you know, been thinking about Miss Cindy this time of year because she passed away June 21st, almost 2 years ago. And it was just making me think about it, and of course, I miss her so much, you know. It makes me sad when I think about it, but also happy to know that she's in a better place and that she's not suffering anymore. And I know I've said this on the channel before, but again, I'm just thinking about it, and we always have new people. And we've actually had a wave of new subscribers. But it's so interesting because she passed away on June 21st, up in the night, around 11 p.m., almost around midnight. And I had Woody early in the morning the following day, and I thought I probably would have had him June 21st if he hadn't been a sunny side up baby. But it just makes me think about that. Before she passed away, we didn't know it yet, but Katie was pregnant, and then it wasn't long and I was pregnant, and now we have these 2 boys, and she's not, you know, here to see them. And you know, it does make me sad. She would really love them. But then I also was thinking about this wedding that I've told you about, my husband's brother getting married. Their wedding is on the 21st. So I just think about that she's gone, and it's been almost 2 years, and I don't know how it's been that long, and it makes me sad, and I miss her, and I think about all the stuff that I wish she was here for. But then look at kind of the cycle of life. Now we have the boys, Ira and Woody, and now this new, you know, joining of life in a marriage of my brother-in-law and soon-to-be sister-in-law. So there's always, you know, 2 parts there, if that makes sense. And even though she's gone, as a believer, I know that I'm going to see her again. But I just always encourage myself and other people to always, you know, look for the positive. And Miss Cindy was a very positive person, and she would be happy that our cousins got to use her house, and now her house is empty. I was going to show you that, and that made me sad when I walked in the other day and it was so empty. But now Paul's going to get to use it for his tennis buddies, so I don't know. I just wanted to share that. And I wanted to show you the pond because it's beautiful. It's still, and it's like glass. And y'all know me. I feel things pretty deeply and oftentimes share those things. One other thing before I go home, I think this is a Chinese chestnut tree. I thought maybe at first it was a fringe tree. I had seen that in one of my herb books, and then I quickly realized that's not a fringe tree, but I think that's a Chinese chestnut tree. So let me know. I think you can eat the chestnuts from that. I'm not actually even sure when the chestnuts will be ready, but comment below and let me know if anybody knows anything about a Chinese chestnut tree. Before I end the video, I was talking about that farm in Cleveland, Georgia, but I just wanted to show y'all because that's kind of the specific name. Maybe Aqua Terra Farm is maybe the overall farm name, like the big farm, and maybe this is part of it. I'm not really sure because I've not looked them up online yet, but I just wanted to show y'all. Those are really pretty. And I think I said I got sausage, but I couldn't remember if I said it or not. So I just was going to show that. We love to support, you know, local people. So like I said, I'll leave a link in the description to their website. So I think that would just about do it for me. It was raining a little bit on the way home. I see some blue sky, but I see some raindrops too. Granny's actually having some trees cut at her house, so I can hear the guys working. I hear the chainsaw firing up. So thank you for coming with me on this adventure. I love just taking y'all along, fun running errands in the summer like this because it's so green and pretty, and farmers markets are so fun. You get to see sometimes some deer crossing the road and lots of birds. And hey, Woody, hey! It's been a nice day. I don't get out much, honestly, with Woody, which is how I like it. I miss Woody. If I'm away from him for 5 minutes, I miss him so bad I can't stand it. So I tend to stay close to home. So thanks again for coming along. God bless you, God keep you, and I'll see you on the next one.